मोहरे लिया तूने सा खेला दा खावे हिचकोले मारे मन की ना मोरे रूम झूम सखी मोरे रूम झूम पो कौन थंडारे गाउछि कौन अछि तार तरुछि पार्टी करछि जा कौन इंग्लिश में पार्टी करछि पेरेंट्स को लाइक अच्छा इतना सब कुछ कर ही चुका है तो अब तो वॉट एवर यू वांट टू just do. We were juggling between Bombay, Bhubneshwar. 15 days in Bombay, 15 days in Bhubneshwar. The complaint that I had कि यहाँ पे कोई तो पैसा देगा नहीं. That I was proven wrong. पैसा है, तू सही जगह देख नहीं रहा. Never fall in love with your own idea. My mother was diagnosed with cancer. My wife and I we said no. Enough is enough. I don't think anybody has complained about the process being that hard, especially in the initial phase. I have my audience. No, they like this stuff. Who are you to tell me? डाल देना था बेटा उसको नीचे रखो अभी टीचर मोड में आएंगे
Hello and welcome to our show where we explore the heartbeat of creativity, the grind behind the art and the real stories of makers shaping today's content and music landscape here in Odisha. Today's guest is someone who truly believes that writing and music work as a fueling emotion, storytelling, and authentic expression. I'm excited to welcome Ashutosh Nath, a writer, musician, creator, and the force behind creative ventures like Layers of Music and Make That Move in Bhubneshwar. Ashutosh isn't just about words on page. He blends them with melody, performances, from soulful performances like Starry Night to exploration infusion and vocal experiments. His work reflects both tradition and innovation. We'll dig into his musical influence in a bit. In this episode, we are talking about how music and writing fuels creativity, the realities of building a studio and a content in a place like Bhubaneswar, and the discipline it takes to juggle art, time, and money, especially as content creator in India today. So, hello Ashutosh, welcome to our show.
Hi Sarthak, thanks for having me.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Oh.
Honestly, I thought it would be harder to catch you, like after all those bangers that you have been producing.
Yeah.
So before the camera, before the studio, before the music, like who is Ashutosh Nath? What was your life before when all this started?
The conventional jobs that you get after BTech. It was pretty much of a roller coaster ride. Did my BTech in computer science, 2.5 years in TCS, then came back here, ran an event management firm called Silver Flight Entertainment, made a few ads over here, then got into Mica, which is in Ahmedabad.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Mica person.
I know that Mica is kind of hard to crack that entrance exam.
The way Mica picks students, some students also pick Mica.
Okay.
And they are applying at other places simultaneously, right? So sometimes you get Mica, and sometimes you're like, nee, I got National Institute of Design, so So I got lucky, kind of. I was in the waiting list, so I got lucky, and ho gaya.
We all come from a place where music is generally considered a risky career. Like, how did your family react? You did BTech.
BTech. See, after the job and the money, and since I went to Mica, I was in Bombay. I was in advertising also for a while. After all of that advertising steady career, making really good ads, and now he's quit advertising and he got back into music, something that he's been trying to do since college. Parents were like, अच्छा इतना सब कुछ कर ही चुका है तो अब तो whatever you want to just do. Okay. But they were happy when they saw the results.
On a full-fledged stand-up and music studio in Bhubneshwar.
Yeah.
Like, when did the dream happen?
It wasn't exactly my dream. I think it was somehow my father's dream. Back in 2020 or 2019, he said something that I still hold on to. Two things he said. First one, he said, since you're doing music, stick to it, right? Don't go wild and start chasing other things because you're getting better at it.
Yep.
Music and writing. So stay there. The other thing that he did is he said, you're doing this in Bombay, why don't you come back to Bhubaneswar and do it? We have a place over here, why don't you come here and do it? And since you are in Bombay and you are looking at the kind of exposure over there, the tendency to ignore your hometown gets imbibed into you because of the work culture. You don't even start. ऐसा भी नहीं कि अच्छा सोचो बुरा सोचो. You're not even thinking about what's going on in Bhubaneswar, right? So we lost him in 2021.
Okay.
And I came back here, and I thought, I'll put this thing on autopilot. And I was teaching music back then in Bombay, layers of music. I was teaching students for Trinity College London exams. So I started doing that same thing over here, and added a lot of other activities. And we did that for 2 years, right? I moved back to Bhubneshwar in 2022, right? Because that is when we were juggling between Bombay, Bhubneshwar, 15 days in Bombay, 15 days in Bhubneshwar. And 2022 November, my mother was diagnosed with cancer. My wife and I, we said, no, enough is enough, right? We don't take a risk at the cost of this whole thing. So better pack your bags, come back, give this your time and energy, and see what happens. It was only in 2023 November, I realized, let us see what else is happening around me. That's when I discovered open mics. And Satyabrat in the space, Akash at Studio 44, they were very kind to me. And that's when I said, if there's a chance to get artists a better platform through me, why not become the medium? Because over here, there's nobody's going to pay you that kind of amount, the amount you used to charge in Bombay. Nobody's going to pay you that amount. So let us generate opportunities for people, and let us see.
If music didn't exist, where do you picture yourself? Like, where would Ashutosh Nath be?
I would same job in TCS or advertising at the very least. I mean, the closest it would be is advertising. At the very least, an engineer. But if I would chase other forms of art, I would go for something. This is it.
That would be a creative venture for sure. Any advertisement that audience would want to know that you have worked on?
So since I was in the agency for only a year, there's a lot of creatives that we worked on. We worked on the copy for all of that. But before leaving, I was able to bag this one script for Glucerna.
Okay.
So if you type Glucerna habits ad, right, it's pretty much a sting in the tail kind of ad, where it's leading to someplace else. It's leading to an affair between a man and a woman. But let them check the ad out.
Okay. You say writing and music are your fueling.
Yeah.
So have you ever run out of fuel? Like, okay, I am having a block, writer's block or something.
Have I ever run out of fuel? Yeah, tons of times actually. When you're exhausted, you do run out of things to write or play. It happened recently. So I had a week, and I had to work on 2 jingles and an animation, right? Since I recently joined BNI also, the complaint that I had कि यहाँ पे कोई तो पैसा देगा नहीं, that I was proven wrong. पैसा है, तू सही जगह देख नहीं रहा. So we had this deadline. Within a week, 2 animation videos, 2 jingles, and write it, record it, master it, mix it, master it. पूरा audio production हो गया, फिर आओ video production पे. So there was a writer's block for like 2 to 3 hours, if I may. That's when you run out of fuel. And when you get an unconventional topic or a brand like that, where you've never worked before, right? You're stuck for a while, and then you start going back to zero, and you start getting curious about things. How did I start writing? What did I? And pretty much like going to a station, and bottle है, तेल भरो, जाके अभी गाड़ी में भरेगा.
So like, how hard it is to be a content creator in Odisha?
You tell me.
It is very hard. But as a musician, like, how hard it is?
As a musician, see, I don't think location makes so much of a difference, unless until you're talking to only one particular target group that speaks Odia. Suppose I'm targeting only Odias, right? Even then, you've got a massive audience all over the world. We're not just talking about Odias living in Odisha, right? All over the world. So I recently figured out that there are content creators whose work is seen by NRIs, right? Odia NRIs in Texas. भरे पड़े हैं. Sorry, shouldn't be saying that. In Germany also. So but yeah, they look at their content and they take a lot of pride when they discuss all of this. So being a content creator, if you have the right aim, if you have it planned, no, it works. The biggest mistake we make as content creators, I feel like doing it, let's just do it. We forget that there's a proper process to it. Even if it is, how long is your content going to be? 30 seconds, 15 seconds, 10 seconds, 1 minute, no? Write it. Have the whole thing planned, right? Before you put your lights, before you have the entire thing planned in your mind. Even the edits, write everything down, right? Like you came well prepared. Learn from. ये वाला कट डालना, ठीक है? You came so well prepared with the questions and like. So write the whole thing down. This is how it's going to be, right? And once you start enjoying the process, I don't think there's so much of a struggle. We overrate it.
The initial step is harder.
What is so hard? I really want to ask you. You are like a child who's just discovered something. There's so much fun. You're enjoying. You're sweating. You forgot that you got to eat or something. There's no hunger for food. But and you are chasing perfection, and that is a different experience altogether. You know, like there's a lot of fun doing that. I have a lot of fun when I make content like that. To promote Make That Vibe, recently there are two people I have who have been helping me out, who have helped me out in the past also with videos and with a lot of work. Aryangini Malik and Bismillah Khan, who's known as Lucky. He's a beatboxer. I'll tell you about how we made this video where I'm wearing a red wig, right, pajamas and a t-shirt, and we removed the backdrop and we replaced it with the railway station, right? And we are treating Lucky as a star, and I'm just someone who doesn't know anything about Make That Vibe, and he's talking. Now to do this, we had the entire script written, right? And we practiced it, we rehearsed it. And while we were doing it, we came up like, no, make this character look fatter, do this. And as you evolve with your rehearsals, that's what happened with Mukti also. You were there. That is how we work. That is why it looks good. That's what actually good content creators do. I don't think anybody has complained about the process being that hard, especially in the initial phase. बाद में लगता होगा हाँ चिढ़ है, yeah, it's the same thing. But in the initial phase, you're always excited.
Regarding the troll part, like, have you ever faced like heavy criticism for the kind of work that you love?
Yes, you're talking about criticism from audience
online and that.
Online criticism, I don't pay a lot of attention. So once it happened that someone had bots aligned to my profile.
Okay.
So comments kept on coming. And I ignored them to a point. Then it started affecting my family also. My sister, my wife, they were a little worried. Some of my friends called and I'm like, these are bots. So we disabled comments for a while. We can't take them seriously. It happens again, you disable comments again, right? So if somebody has some beef with you, right, it could be anybody, because you say no to a lot of people. So this is the standard that I'm looking for. Boss, you don't meet my standards. If you want, I can train you for this. But please don't come up to me saying that I'll accept this. This is your proposal and I have to accept it because you are saying it and because you're an artist. That the day that starts happening, no? If imagine I come to you and I say, and you believe that my work is shit. Okay, I come to you and I say, hey, why don't you release this thing on your channel, no? Because you've got so many followers, but this is good music, no? You like my work, right? Like, and you, out of your goodness, you don't say no. You don't say no. It's terrible. You say, yeah, I like your work, but you know,
there is a but too.
Yeah, but we can't take it on right now. समझदार को इशारा काफी है.
हाँ.
Right? One should get it, no? He probably doesn't like my work, but when it is taken otherwise, that's when trolling happens. We've faced that. I'm pretty sure there's some on the way. How do you say no? I have to learn this from you. How do you?
I just say no.
No explanation. No? That's a brutal power move, no? No explanation after that.
No explanation.
Can you do this? No. I'm going to do that.
Well, every coin has two sides. Like we are talking about that negative trolling and all. Even in the Odia music industry or even in the music industry in general, what's the darkest moment that you have faced?
Darkest moment. Okay, if I ask you, if I give you two options, right? Darkest phase, you're not getting any work, right? And you're looking for a job. At the same time, you're building your own profile also, and you're doing other jobs just so that the kitchens run. And the other dark side is you have worked really hard on something, and you take it to a producer or you take it to someone you believe is going to approve it, and it's discarded. Which one is darker for you?
Okay, like getting nose off and this one, like both hit hard.
Yeah,
I think the first one.
the first one, right?
Like when you are hungry, you cannot do anything. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
The first one hits hard,
Hard.
right? The first one hits really hard. That is when, because you have not been recognized yet. The second one, if you're wise enough, no, we come from a place at Mica. We were taught this. Even in theatre, we are taught this. Never fall in love with your own idea, right? Even if you worked really hard on this, don't fall in love with it. So we end up rejecting pieces of animation or compositions that took us 2 days. And in a moment, you're like, no, this is not working. No, reject it. That's how some of the animations that, there are 2 animations that I've worked on. And after strongly rejecting all of that, when I send it to a client, right, usually it gets approved. But if the client says no, it needs modifications, right, there has to be a way to, understand what kind of modifications, and you take a proper brief and you do that. वहाँ से भी अगर ना आए, तब भी it should not hurt. That is something that a lot of people. I'm so glad that you picked the first one. That is a darker phase, right? Getting no work and not being recognized versus being recognized and. So trolls. Thanks for proving my point. The trolls are not as dark or as unhealthy as you think, right?
Well, if there are trolls, it means you are working something good,
Yeah,
right? So, what's the hardest part of being a content creator? Like you talk about money, you talk about patience, and also we talk about that Indian parents. Like, what's the hardest among these three?
Depends what kinds of parent you are. You have, how patient you are, and how much money you have. Sorry, it just took me to a Chal with patient parents versus patient ambitious parents versus a guy born with a silver spoon with conservative parents. Who wins?
Who wins?
And both of them same level of patience, right? But yeah, sorry, let's make this artist not that patient. इसके पास पैसा है, right? Everything is a struggle. Yeah. As an artist, if you're not, the first thing you should understand is patience. You need to have that. And if you truly love your art form, regardless, कुछ भी हो, any art form, if you truly love your art form, no, it kind of brings in a lot of patience in you. Recently, I was editing this animation video. So, in stop motion animation, what I did was, what we are doing is 10 frames per second. The way we have 24 FPS, 50 FPS when you're doing, here we bring it down to 10 FPS. So each frame has to be edited. If it is stop motion animation, has to be edited. So I was doing that. Images generated out of AI and all, and some processes generated out of AI. But then after that also, you got to verify each and every frame. So I was doing that. My wife comes up and says, "You have a lot of patience," and I knew that something else was going to come. So I didn't say thanks. So I was like, and it came. Why is there none left for me? सारे यहीं पे खर्च हो जाते हैं ना. And sometimes just so sweet. I said, yeah, because you let me do this. So let's not go there. This makes me look better, no?
So since we are talking about the money part, Like, do you think independent artists are earning enough?
Honestly, no. Unless and until you've got a lot of live shows, or you've got a lot of clients who pick you for your jingles or your work, or you are in touch with music directors or producers. If you're just an independent artist, it's actually very tough. When it comes to money, that is where the struggle lies, right? But at the same time, like I said initially, you enjoy the process of going to people and getting rejected also. Find out why they're rejecting you. Must be something in my music that you don't like. Take feedback from them. I don't believe there's anybody who would reject you for no rhyme or reason just because you're not popular. And if they do so, I don't think they're worth their salt as music producers. If you've got a good voice, and if you're knocking on my door, and I see your portfolio, I see your show reel, or I see your audio files, and I'm like, yeah, why will I not pick him, right? And I pick you, and I find out during recording that there's a lot of work that has gone into making you look or sound this good, and I reject you for that reason. If you are worth your salt, you will say, okay, I'll work on it, I'll give myself 6 months, 1 year, whatever, and I'll come back to this man. Otherwise, I have my audience, no, they like this stuff. Who are you to tell me? You might have just started as a music producer, but hey, I've been assisting. I might have just started as a music producer. I've been assisting so many directors, so many producers. I've worked in so many jingles. I've worked on so many songs, right? As a recordist, as an arranger, and now I'm a music producer. So if I say this to you, and you take it otherwise, it's not on me that you're doing bad. So when we understand that aspect, it actually gets easier. The tough part is truly accepting your flaws. And how will you do it? And to be very honest, the artist is also not to blame. Like you said, parents, extremely supportive parents. There's that class also exists. Extremely, I've seen them, and I loathe them like anything. हमारा बेटा तो जी, हमारी बेटी तो जी जो गाती है, हाँ जी मैंने देखा जो गाती है, ओफ कमाल करते हो आप, उसको यहाँ पे लेकर आए हो. But you can't be honest with your own child. तो वो डेलूलू में जाए उससे पहले आप ही डिल्यूजनल हो, तो हाउ डू यू एक्सप्लेन दैट, राइट? एंड लेट्स से चलो पेरेंट्स सेंसिटिव हैं, सॉरी पेरेंट्स सेंसिबल, नॉट सेंसिटिव, सेंसिबल हैं, एंड दे लाइक बेटा आप इतना अच्छा नहीं गाते हो, आपके दोस्त हैं जो आपको चढ़ा के बैठे हैं, ठीक है, आप जाओ सीख के आओ, एंड अंडरस्टैंड दैट जिनके पास लग गए. मैं अभी अदिति झा जी से सीख रहा हूँ, ठीक है, वो मेरी गुरु हैं. वो आई कांट टेल यू हाउ ब्लिसफुल अ क्लास विथ हर इज. जूम कॉल पे हम लोगों का क्लास होता है,
ओके,
ठीक है, एंड सर सा लगाइए, एंड शी कॉल्स मी सर बिकॉज मैं उनके बेटे को कीबोर्ड सिखाता हूँ. तो वो साइकिल में रह गया, सर मैम वाला, सर लगाइए. तो आई स्टार्ट, एंड एक क्लास में पता चल जाता है दैट इट इज सपोज टू बी ए लाइफ लॉन्ग जर्नी. अभी काफ़ी दिन हो गए क्लास हुए बिकॉज ढेर सारा काम आ गया, बट दोबारा अभी स्टार्ट होगा. आई थिंक आफ्टर दिस आई एम गोइंग टू गिव हर अ कॉल एंड गोइंग टू स्टार्ट अगेन. हाँ सर, अभी आप ये वाला अच्छे से कर रहे हो, बिफोर गोइंग टू रिकॉर्ड चौधरी एंड देयर टू अदर सॉन्ग्स दैट आर गोइंग टू कम आउट, राइट? Before going for any recording or before going on stage also, right? If I have a class and I tell her that we are doing this, the beauty of a process. हाँ सर पहले आप अलंकार कर लीजिए, ये तो छोटी मोटी बातें हैं. सीधा ये फंडामेंटल्स, ये रहे बेसिक्स, जो सरगम का रियाज है, जो खरज का रियाज है, जो आप करोगे, उसके आगे आपका शो, आपका एक दिन का पॉपुलैरिटी, अगर आप उसको इससे ज़्यादा तवज्जो दे रहे हो तो आप क्या बात कर रहे हो? ये तो कॉमन सेंस वाली बात है, ये तो आपके अंदर पहले से होना चाहिए. हाँ, पहले 15-20 मिनट खरज का रियाज हुआ, सरगम का रियाज हुआ, अलंकार का रियाज हुआ, फिर आप बात करोगे आपका अच्छा ये शो है, ठीक है, आपका ये वाला गाना आप परफॉर्म करने वाले हो, यहाँ आपकी गलतियाँ हो रही है. तो
well, when someone says bro, can you make this song for free? Like most of your friends must be like, can you perform for free? Or can you make this animation for free? Like, how do you feel inside? Like,
Let's do that right now. I'll just tell you मेरे दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है. Let us assume you are that person who is.
Ashutosh, can you perform for free? Can we have a song right now?
Tell me about the song is what I'll say to your face. In my head I'll be like, हमें mics तो है नहीं, गाड़ी में रखवा लेंगे. वापस नहीं मिलेगा इसको. ये जो पकड़ा खड़ी नहीं वो डिवाइस हाँ ठीक है ले जाएंगे. पैसा देगा तो वापस करेंगे नहीं तो एंड खुद नहीं करने का, लोग रखने का इसको करने के लिए. बेच के 50-50 करने के बाद में हाँ क्या करेंगे नेक्स्ट. एंड देन वी लुक एट द बजट. नो बट ऑन अ वेरी सीरियस नोट, it's like if you generally have a barter for me,
Okay.
right? Like you say, you know what, make a song for me. The kind of animation you did for BNI का वो जो क्रिकेट टूर्नामेंट था वो वाला, या फिर अभी जो प्रभात और के लिए जो आप कर रहे हो वैसा वाला एनिमेशन मेरे लिए बना के दो मेरे शो के लिए, ठीक है. एंड बदले में मैं आपका अगला इवेंट कवर करूँगा.
Okay.
Why would I say no? If you have something for me, then great. मैं क्यों मना करूँ?
Okay. Since on a lighter tone, what's the funniest incident that you have in the studio regarding this?
So one of the funniest things, मुक्ति का एक रिहर्सल चल रहा था, ठीक है. एंड बेनिफिशरीज थे सब, everything else was okay, and this was like the best rehearsal we have had, right? And everybody was very happy. Mr. Shumit Roy was happy with it. Everybody was like, so सब खत्म होने के बाद I was like, so you're going to send us the recording tonight? Ashutosh, you were not recording it? I was on the stage, Shumit. You had your team, nobody was like, who will record? Aryangini is sitting next to me. Lucky is not here. Who do you? There was this other guy. No, we were counting. No, I didn't record. I'm so sorry.
I have seen Sumit. He looks like that angry teacher.
Yeah, no. Everybody's got this version of him. Everybody is. How do I? We actually call him Batman. It's like he doesn't need to do anything because he's taught you so much. He's got this amount of faith in you. What happens at times is this is something that even I have seen when I'm on the floor and I'm directing. If you're a good, if I shouldn't say good or bad, but if you're a well-rehearsed actor and you're not that, or you're pretty thick-skinned when it comes to feedback, right? On the ground feedback, and you're not conscious about people watching you, right? What did I say? The way you smiled, I didn't like it. Okay, so bring your voice down, right? Look directly into the character's eyes and give me this expression. Okay, let's go for another take. If I do that, and if you understand, if you take this direction and you, okay, so this is what I got to do. And instead of that, if you're sensible, and I shouldn't say sensible, but sorry,
You've said it
but
multiple times.
sensitive. I wanted to say sensitive.
Okay, let's continue.
Sorry, I'm too sensitive when it comes to the word sensible. Then I can't be sensible about it. So if it kind of affected you, or if you're a little conscious, right, the smile turns a little creepy, and you're like, so yeah, that happens tons of times. And when we work with him, we get used to it. Yeah, he's going to be like that, and the moment you're done, well, wonderful shot, I loved it. This is what I was expecting, right? So you know that if you deliver well, you're going to get that amount of praise also, right? So, and at that point, he didn't realize that the audience that had come, they were watching it for the first time, right? And they're early. The show is supposed to start at 6:30. We are there at 6 o'clock. So, and even you guys were there at 6 o'clock. So you saw that, and I was like, okay.
Okay, since we are talking about feedback,
Yeah.
what's the weirdest feedback that we have ever got?
The weirdest feedback that I've got on music, or can it be anything, or just
Can it be anything?
okay? The weirdest feedback came from actually there are two instances. One was आपकी जो आवाज़ है ना, वो थोड़ा बहुत बेस जो है लाने की ज़रूरत है इस गाने के लिए। मैं कहा कौन सा गाना? सो द सॉन्ग वाज है अपना दिल तो आवारा, एंड आई वाज डूइंग है अपना दिल तो आवारा। थोड़ा बेस लाओ इसमें, है अपना दिल तो हाँ ये अच्छा लग रहा है, ये हाँ यही यही हमको चाहिए। एंड यू डू दैट स्टफ। सर कैमरा ऑफ कर दो बस। आप जितना बोलो कर लेंगे प्रभु, आप बस दिस इज हैपेंड। कभी कभी ऐसा मिल जाता है, बिकॉज पैसा पे एक तमाशा देख इज अ रियलिटी। कोई आर्टिस्ट उसको एस्केप नहीं करेगा, एंड यू बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दिस स्टफ, you be prepared for this stuff. Second feedback that I got was from the video that we had with Bismillah being the star.
Okay.
And I was not supposed to be in it.
Okay.
So the guy who was supposed to be in it, when we narrated the script, like, मेरा ना comeback हो रहा है, लोग पहचानेंगे मेरे को, तो मैं ऐसा फनी नहीं दिखेगा, मैं ये विग लगा के जो तुम ऐसा नहीं, अच्छे से शरीफ आदमी। ओके, एंड ही फॉट विद द डायरेक्टर।
Okay.
सो वी वर लाइक नहीं भाई, ये क्या दोबारा आएगा? हाँ ये बोला है परसों आएगा, आज ही लगाओ सेट, आज ही शूट कर। अभी मैं एडिट पे बैठ के ख़त्म करके डाल देते हैं इसको आज ही। सो वी आर लाइक हाँ फटाफट शूट। वही कम्स द नेक्स्ट डे, शूट हो गया? हाँ कौन क्या? वो आशु सर आए थे, वही करके वो बोले आपको इतनी तकलीफ क्यों दे, आपके लिए छोटा मोटा काम है, नीच काम है ये, वो सर खुद करके वो विग पहन के वो, एंड देन ही सॉ दैट आल्सो। हाँ अरे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, हाँ ये मैं नहीं करता। सही क्या?
And what about the best feedback that you ever got?
The best feedback was, well, if you ask me now, okay, I have to ask you this. What do you think, where would you expect the best feedback for an artist to come from?
I think parents or someone you closely relates to, I guess.
True, but कहाँ पे स्टेज पे हो आप तब आएगा, या फिर
I think after the stage basically.
आफ्टर द स्टेज? ट्रू, ये भी हुआ है। The equation I have with my parents is, so I told you about the parents who was like, बेटा तुम अच्छा नहीं गाते हो। मेरे माँ बाप वो,
Okay.
ठीक है, तुम्हारे दोस्त।
हाँ.
So when my mother actually likes something, initially it was no, you're not that good, and I would go on and tell her अच्छा तो लग रहा है, नहीं, this is not where your standard should be, and now it's the other way around. She's going हाँ अच्छा तो लग रहा है, नहीं, this is not where my standard should be.
Wow.
So ये अभी हो रहा है, एक आध अच्छे टेक्स अगर हो गए हैं, या फिर कि भी चौधरी का भी अगर वीडियो देखा जाए तो, सो शी लाइक द पार्ट, एंड चौधरी में वो पहला वाला।
Okay.
नहीं तुझे नहीं लगता है यहाँ पे ज़रा ज़्यादा गला फाड़ के गाया? तो वो गाना ही वैसा है मम्मा। अच्छा वो दिखाओ तो वो वीडियो, शी सॉ द मामे खान वाला वीडियो, हाँ ये भी उतना ही गला फाड़ है। दैट इज फोक, इट्स वो गला फाड़ के नहीं गा रहे मम्मा। एंड देन द सेकंड सॉन्ग केम, आई वाज नॉट हैप्पी विद इट।
Okay.
এটা ভালো গাছ তো, হ্যাঁ এটা ভালো লাগুছে, हाँ এমতে না करूँ। मैं जानबूझ के वहाँ पे अपना डबल चिन लगा, बस लास्ट शूट था उस दिन का, डबल चिन पूरा मैंने कौन इम्तिहान नहीं करी, आखी पूरा टायर्ड है गिरी, एहसान तेरा होगा, आई एम सिंगिंग लाइक दैट, एंड शी लाइक दिस, हाँ आई लाइक माई सन लाइक दिस। शांता सिस्टर अच्छी, ध्यान करनी, भल गाँची, भल स्लो सॉन्ग गाँची, भल गाँची, बट आई वॉज नॉट सेटिस्फाइड विथ, चलो वीडियो तो छोड़ दो, जो हो गया, बट ऑडियो को लेके आई वाज लाइक नहीं, आई कुड हैव डन दिस थोड़ा बेटर,
But.
सो वो हुआ। टॉकिंग अबाउट द बेस्ट फीडबैक was when I'll be bluntly open about it. I wrote a song called New Starry Night,
Okay.
and I think the best feedback is not given to you directly. Best feedback is when your song stays in somebody's mind and they're actually humming it. तो वहाँ पे जो कंपोज़र को और लिरिसिस्ट को और सिंगर को मिल जाता है, that is way beyond any feedback, and this happened to me, right? Ariangini was there at Make That Move, and we were just working on something, right? All of us were having something, kuch na kuch, and thoda sa pause. Lucky was there. We were there. All of a sudden, she just started humming. मैं था नहीं तब. मैं बाहर गया था, and I'm on the stairs and I'm listening to her singing. Mug on your desk needs a refill. And वहाँ से उस हॉल में जिस तरीके का रिवर्ब होता है, and this is like मेरा गाना कोई गा रहा है, and it's sounding better than what I did. So that is something else. That feeling you can't compare it to any feedback that you get from.
Okay, on a lighter tone again, somebody has ever asked to like, can you make it sound like Arijit Singh? Can you make it sound like KK? Or like
पैसा तो कर लूँगा. और कौन से KK की बात कर रहे हो? Singer की के actor की?
So has that ever happened? Like,
Yeah, it has. It has. So, and you get requests like that also. Do a proper Bapida ka गान.
okay.
Yeah. लाख लाख रोज आके बस जाते हैं. Get it with the accent. So first you have to talk like that character for a beat, and then you sing. And then after that you can nail the song. Any song you go, you can nail it.
Okay.
I miss Bapida.
So what do you love more, like live performance or studio recording?
Tough one, yeah. Since the last few months, I have been kind of addicted to the studio. Right? Live performance, दोनों का अपना अपना charm होता है. But see, the high at a live performance is when you gave it your all and you sang, and you know that the audience has felt the same way, the exact same way. Sometimes there is a pause. That is because even you can't believe and the audience can't believe ये कुछ कर दिया ऐसा. हाँ, आप खुद believe नहीं कर पाते because मैं ही कर रहा था, कोई और बजाए कुछ. That. But sometimes it happens. You get lucky. Somebody is watching, something happened, you felt this particular thing जिसके वजह से कर लिया. And मेरे साथ अभी तक फ्लूक हुआ है, मैं कभी जनरेट नहीं कर पाया ये. ମୁଁ କରିପାରିନି ଏପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ମୋର ହେଇନି. ବଟ୍ ହେଇଯାଇଛି ମଝିରେ ମଝିରେ, ମୁଁ ଓପନଲି ଆଡମିଟ୍ କରୁଛି ହେଇଛି. ଆଣ୍ଡ ସେତେବେଳେ ଯେଉଁ ଅଡ଼ିଏନ୍ସ ରିଆକ୍ସନ୍ଟା ଆସେ ଯେ either they are very loud or they are awestruck and they're just looking at you and then they do this. And both of you are kind of shocked. Does this actually happen? And the high in studio is after you're done recording, you take the moments to look at the silence between the music, right? हो गया. हाई तब नहीं आता जब गाना बन गया. अभी बन गया, सुन लिया, सब ठीक है. एबे सुन ली, बहुत बढ़िया है चीज़. 2 days later when you listen to it and you realize tons of flaws. ହାଇ ସେତେବେଳେ ଆସେ ନା ଯେତେବେଳେ 2-4 दिन ପରେ, ସପ୍ତାହ ପରେ ଶୁଣୁଛ, and same effect when you just finished it, no, you're so eager and you listen to it. ସପ୍ତାହ ପରେ ଶୁଣିଲା ପରେ ବି ସେମିତି ଲାଗୁଛି. ସେତେବେଳେ ଜାଣିଲ ଯେ ହଁ ହେଇଛି.
Okay, you have performed songs like Starry Night, then Sakhi Mori, Arabian Nights, recent Chaudhary cover also. Which one is closest to your heart and why?
Good question. Of all the performances, see, Chaudhary was a recording. It was a cover that was shot. So वहाँ पे बहुत मजा आया. It's very tough to pick a favorite. I have to pick between Sakhi Mori and Chaudhary. Sakhi Mori, all of them. सबका एक स्पेशल, ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ ସ୍ପେଶାଲ ମୋମେଣ୍ଟ ଅଛି. ନ୍ୟୁ ଷ୍ଟାରୀ ନାଇଟ୍, my own song I'm performing at Make That Vibe. Why? Because you needed a filler. There's nobody up on stage and stage खाली नहीं होना.
That didn't look like filler.
ना ଥିଲା ସେମିତି ଯେ ହଁ अरे ଆନାଉନ୍ସ କରିଦିଅ, ହଁ ଇଏ ଗାଇବ. ରେଡ଼ି ଅଛି ତ, ହଁ କିବୋର୍ଡ଼ ସାଇଡ଼୍ରେ ଅଛି, ଦିଅ ପଠା, ସାର୍କୁ ପଠା, ଗାଇଦେଲେ ହେଇଯିବ. ତାପରେ ପିଲାମାନେ ହଁ ତାର ମେକଅପ୍ ନେଇକିରି ଓଡ଼ିଶୀ ପାଇଁ ସେମାନେ ରେଡ଼ି ହେଉଛନ୍ତି. ହଁ, and we had ସୁରେନ୍ଦ୍ର ମହାପାତ୍ର sir. ବାବା ଗୋଟେ କେତେଟା ଗାଇଦିଅ, ତୁମର ସେ ଯେଉଁ ଇଂଲିଶ ସେଇଟା ଗାଇଦିଅ. ହଁ ହଁ ଭଲ ଲାଗେ. କେତେ ଆମ 2 ମିନିଟ୍ ଦରକାର, ଆମେ ରେଡ଼ି ଅଛୁ, ଯା ଗାଇଦିଅ. And the host goes, announces, and I'm singing, and I'm watching stalwarts like Biyat Pragya Tripathi, Priyabhat Panigrahi, and Dayanati Daima. They're all over there. They're enjoying the moment. So that is one thing. Arabian Nights क्यों special है? Because Lucky worked very hard on the beatboxing of this one
Okay.
to get his effects, and my attempt was to make sure that we don't overshadow that. The voice should not overshadow the beatboxing. So that was one thing. Sakhi Mori was the only performance where Guru Surendra Mahapatra is on the pakhavaj, Lucky is on beatboxing, and I'm doing this. And Chaudhary is like entering the studio after an era where the only job that you got is jao gao, nothing else. कैसे choose? If you were me now, what will you choose? You tell me, what will you choose? Parameter में दे दिया अभी, मुझे दे दे सब, अभी कौन तुम्हें कौन बच्चों?
Honestly, Sakhi Mori, it was something that I have listened to, and that was
Sakhi Mori it is.
Sakhi.
Sorry, one more thing in Sakhi Mori. Eta mate before Bandish Bandits became a hit, no? This was taught to me by my teacher.
Oh,
Yeah, by my guru Aditi Cha.
so let's have 2 lines of Sakhi Mori.
ताल देना था बेटा उसको नीचे रखो अभी टीचर मोड में आएंगे. So actually this is something I do for my son also.
Okay.
So imagine I'm holding him and I'm like 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Sakhi mori room jhoom, Sakhi mori room jhoom, बादल गरजे बरसे सखी मोरी रूम झूम.
Lovely, lovely. So, basically, I have no knowledge regarding the songs or music. Like, I am like a toddler in that. You have a song to jam in the bathroom for like a shower song. What would that be?
My go-to shower song would be any Elvis Presley song that I'm in the mood for. If I've had a long day at work, I go with Love Me Tender, Love Me Sweet, Never Let Me Go. Hot shower चल रहा है, right? And ठंडा shower है तो अभी के मौसम में like you go with blue sweat shoes. Walking through a party in the county. नहीं sorry, ये तो jailhouse rock हो गया. So 1 for the money, 2 for the show. 3 to get ready now, go cat go, but don't you step on my blue suede shoes. कांप रहा हूँ ठंडा पानी है. आजकल ना कम गाता हूँ शावर में. हाँ, the reason is सुबह सुबह तैयार हो रहे हो. So ଆମର ଜଣେ ଆସନ୍ତି ଓଳା ପୋଛା କରିବାକୁ. ସେ ଥିବେ, ସେ କହିବେ କ'ଣ ଥା? हाँ, this is how if I'm singing the shower and my wife is Soumya is outside. So she's going to come and she's going to tell Soumya, ଏ ପୁଅ କ'ଣ ଥଣ୍ଡାରେ ଗାଉଛି, କ'ଣ ହେଇଛି ତାର ତରୁଛି ପାଟି କରୁଛି, ଯା କ'ଣ ଇଂଲିଶରେ ପାଟି କରୁଛି, ପାଣି ଯଦି ଗରମ ପାଣି ପକେଇବାର ଭିତରେ. ସୋ ସେଇଟା ଥରେ ହେଲା. ତାପରେ ଯଦି ଲକ୍ଷ୍ମୀ ନାନୀ ଅଛନ୍ତି ମୁଁ ଗାଧେଇବିନି ଏବେ, ସେ ଗଲା ପରେ ସେଇଟା. Sorry, you were saying something, I interrupted you.
No, I was saying that we are talking about Chaudhary and that's the recent song cover that you did. So let's have 2 lines of that.
Okay. कोई favorite part उसका?
Yeah, the mid chorus part. That.
मोहन नहीं, बहुत ऊपर है. Sorry. मोहरे लिया तूने साकेला दाव, खावे हिचकोले मारे मन की नाव, थारी शरारत सब जानू मैं चौधरी, भार से ले बोने पंगा जी मैं कहने लगी, बारे हिवड़े में जागी धोकड़ी, चंदा में थारी चांदनी मन दामन में बांधी, खुशी रे झुम्बा 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 झुम.
We get to know about your story, your struggles, and definitely regarding content creation, the audience will learn a lot from this podcast.
I'm hoping so. I just hope not a lot of people end up becoming content creators out of this. Will you be willing to share the blame with me?
We will take the blame together.
Yeah.
So this is it.
Does a wonderful job. I should.
Thank you.
Yeah, check भेज देना भाई. चलो, bye bye.
Thank you. Ashutosh, this conversation had been nothing short of inspiring. From writing and music being your fuel to building a studio and a creative life from scratch, your journey proves that passion backed by persistence always finds a way. Thank you for sharing your story, your struggles, and your sound with us. And to everyone watching and listening, If this episode gave you even a little bit of motivation, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is OP Podcast, and I am your host Sarthak. Until next time, keep creating, keep dreaming, and keep the music alive.